South Jersey bad boys. South Jersey bad boys. South Jersey bad boys. Nothing.
Our own producer.
Hello.
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 Hello. Yeah. Man, that's the one downside of having a pretty popular video go out is that your bitch wife just starts repeating it like a parrot around the house.
Yeah.
All day long on my favorite catchphrases.
Let's get your best hello.
Hello. I love
nothing
it.
like
It sounds
the video.
nothing like it, but I just love it.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, the broad listenership is about to go up for this episode as per
Big
usual. Whenever
we may go from 3 to 5 female listeners after this.
Yes.
they're all going to come a flocking to listen to Rachel spout off about all the things you've just been holding down in here.
Yeah, I got a lot to get off my chest.
Yeah. Let's start with that video, though, because a lot of your cousins or friends of cousins, they were sending it around. They didn't realize it was me in there. But it is nice for the first time somebody here, we went viral with something other than Hep C.
Yeah, it was. I was finally proud to be associated with you.
Yeah.
That was the first time.
That's the video it took where you go, you know what?
It's been 9 long years, and I finally feel proud.
Yeah.
She shared one thing, the first
thing. Yeah.
Our entire Instagram message thread is like there's nothing there. And then finally it says she just added to her story of my
She finally followed you on Instagram.
I started following you guys back on Instagram. It's really exciting.
Yeah.
You're welcome for
Wait,
the follows.
that is so wild. The whatever group that you were in that sent it to you, and you said, please, I need you to please tell me that you understand this is Dan, right?
Yeah. That was my cousin's husband.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was so funny.
And he genuinely didn't know it was Dan?
didn't realize it was Dan.
That is so
really,
crazy.
which is
How
so
would
funny.
you not know
How would you
that's
not?
Dan?
I know.
They're just sharing it around. We're like, look at these two drunk a-holes. It's like,
I mean,
it was the mustache. It must have really thrown
over
people
his
off.
red beard.
Over his red beard. Yeah.
But the way that he talks, like the way
the
that he
mannerisms,
dressed,
everything.
that's so funny.
Yeah.
smoking a cigar in the car, pulling a gun out of the glove box.
Yeah.
So I had a couple of friends who they got it sent to their friend group, like had no idea that they knew like Dan and I.
Yeah.
Same thing. They were like, "Yo, this is so funny," and they were like, "Yo, that's my cousin," or somebody. So it's pretty cool.
It was really cool.
Yeah.
It was cool.
I was surprised how many people knew the exact location. That
was the other weird
It's
thing
going
too.
off the Oakland. We put Oakland, New Jersey on the map in TikTok, dude. The people on TikTok were going crazy. Like, oh, is that the jalapenos on the White Horse Pike?
Yeah, they all sounded like me. It was like, finally, I'm not
that was
alone.
like,
Yeah, my autism on the...
Let it out, sister. Stifle yourself.
Hello.
It's the Invisalign. Hello?
Hello.
Hello, anybody? The South Jersey bad
The
boys.
South Jersey bad boys.
But I guess Oakland, New Jersey has really never got any press before, and people seeing that on the White Horse Pike, they were really starting to go crazy.
Yeah.
It is finally good to see that something out of Oakland, New Jersey got 200-something thousand. I would say, was that like just like a semi-local viral? It's local virality, but in the grand scheme of things, it's probably more of a local viral.
Yeah, well, everyone kept saying in the comments too, they're like, dude, my For Your page is getting way too hyper localized. That I'm seeing Oakland, New Jersey on my whatever Explore page or whatever.
Yeah,
like that's so funny.
Yeah, that is funny. And if you haven't seen or know what we're talking about, it's the latest and greatest from the South Jersey Bad Boys, the Super Bowl Sunday special.
Yeah,
and it's out everywhere. It's funny. It was like on Facebook or YouTube, it might get like 100 or 200 views, but then elsewhere it gets like 500,000.
Yeah,
it's so weird. Like, TikTok is doing well, Instagram is doing well, Facebook, which is same thing, owned by Meta. Right? Or Meta is Instagram.
Yeah.
And it gets like 18 likes.
Yeah.
Pushed out anywhere. I don't understand.
It's so fucking weird.
Yeah.
But it kind of did prove that a lot of people, they want to see this local content. They want to see their own, it's not a parody of like Gary Barbera or the Nissan Giant. It's its own thing, but like...
It's really, like, I think people in South Jersey really resonated with the fact that actually is how those car commercials
Every
look
single
like.
one.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Every single one.
The yelling.
The pointing.
The bad quality.
The awkward walking of just...
The weird catchphrases, like everything about it was perfect.
Just kind of like just basically blurting out all the things that you expect those guys to say.
Yes.
Like like from whatever like fuck like they're all like fat. They look like disheveled. They're in bad suits, and it's like if they were actually to like slip up and say like what's going on with their lives, it would be like my wife is leaving me or like
absolutely, or that your mom's not going to renew the lease on the lot.
Yeah, you know those kind of guys. They walk around with the gray sweatpants at home that have the elastic bands around the ankles. They got a cigarette in their mouth and a recliner.
That's how I am in our house.
That is how you are in our house.
Literally is.
You're like everyone's favorite pop. You just sit in the recliner with a cigarette in your mouth.
And my gray sweatpants.
In your gray sweatpants.
Yeah.
She just wear. You still friends about the time you put on those sweatpants that were mine and they fit you better than me.
Oh my God, that is the most infuriating thing in the entire world. And your 5 female listeners will understand.
Okay.
But like men's sweatpants are much more comfortable than women's sweatpants.
Yeah, I do catch Sam tossing on my sweats and it drives me crazy. I go, get those off, you mother sucker. Those are my sweatpants.
Those are mine. So Dan had
shit.
bought a pair. I let him out of the house, and he naturally goes to Boscov's because that's
where all the guys.
That's where
men's fashion lives.
Yeah.
Is in Boscov's.
And he bought these $7 sweatpants, and he was so proud.
Yeah.
By the way, he was getting a lot of comments on the New Balances. And I was like, hey, listeners, this is unironic.
Yeah, like
he genuinely wears
them.
He
loves them.
They were like, oh, look at the prop. Like he went all out.
Like, he really went into character. Like,
no, this is my personal hell.
Yeah, but you're talking about
So he bought these sweatpants, and they were a little snug for Big Boy Dan, and so I was like, well, don't return them. You got them on sale. Like, you're not gonna be able to take them back. I was like, so just give them to me. I'll wear them. I put them on expecting them to be fucking massive on me.
They fit like a glove.
Fit so well.
Like a glove.
Yeah. And they're large. They're men's large. Like, I'm not a... I know.
They probably shrunk that
quality. He didn't even wash them.
And you just tossed them right on.
She took the tags off. She threw them right on, and those Gumby fucking legs. You just fit right in.
My fucking weird ass body.
It's got semen stains all over that thing.
Yeah. All over them.
Food in it.
Yeah. Ooh, they're nasty.
There's like just Fritos crumbs in the pockets.
Cheetos dust. Yeah.
But why are women's sweatpants not that comfy? They're too tight, or
they're like too tight. The cut's weird. Like it's. I don't know.
To cut into your vagine? Is that what happens?
You need something for your sack.
I need more room for my gigantic sack. Viscerally like, whoa.
Yeah, because she talks like a fucking trucker. Like, I swear I married
This is why we had her on the cast.
Oh my God. It's been bad. Like he's married to a dude.
You gotta get back out of the house. You got to start integrating with society and speaking to people.
It's bad. I've been wearing a lot of men's pants.
She's been wearing men's pants. You get front wedgies in them.
I don't get front wedgies. That's not nice.
I don't get
My mouth is fucked up. Leave me alone.
Yeah, but if just like I'm sure if Sam is wearing your clothes, you wear my clothes and stuff. Even if after I wash them, you got all my stank out of them, and now it smells like you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I don't want it to smell like a.
That probably is best case scenario if you get your scent rubbed off and you get a nice lady smell.
Yeah.
Oh no, I don't know. I don't want
you. You could use a better smell.
Yeah, you could.
I don't know. You wear my deodorant half the time too.
That's not true. Only in emergencies, and I do it very secretively. Dan gets. I cannot use anything of his. I got
to side with Dan on this one.
It's deodorant. Who cares?
What do you mean? Because it goes under my arm.
Yeah, and girls will always do that. They'll sneak your deode.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Pinch. Yeah.
In a pinch, I go in the bathroom and I close the door and I go in his little drawer and I go.
Why do you do that? Do you put a condom on too?
Sometimes.
What's with the men's deodorant? Is it more durable than women?
No, it's just when I run out of mine.
Yeah.
So why do you have to ruin everything of mine, though?
But let's say Dan was in a pinch and he used your deodorant, would that not gross you out?
No.
Really?
Mm-mm. That doesn't bother me. Deodorant, chapstick, he won't share a glass with me.
No.
Or a utensil. I can't take a bite of anything he's eaten.
Get your lip gloss all over it.
I'm your wife.
I'm with Dan on this one.
Yeah, see?
Rachel
tries to corner me and be like, you're crazy.
No, you're crazy.
Do you like splitting food?
Not particularly. Like, it does kind of gross me out too a little bit. Like especially if there's when someone bites something in like a spit string, that is repulsive to me.
And you just think, I'm like, a lot of that is probably dripped back into the food.
Yeah.
Like if you take a bite, a crumb falls out, it's back in
We kiss.
I know, but it's
like it's just,
and that's debatable.
no, that's really there's no proof
now,
that has ever happened.
I that might be conspiracy.
Yeah, you know that it's only on the mouth on our anniversary.
Yes.
Once
correct.
a year.
Once a year.
Sometimes on Christmas.
Sometimes on Christmas.
We never kiss on the fucking mouth.
Never.
Just another part of the video that made me laugh so hard is Dan, like, angrily pointing at the camera. We always answer the fucking phone.
The way I said "fucking" in that was so like
perfect.
like a dad
perfect.
yelling "fucking" at you.
Yeah.
Like
We always answer
The fucking phone.
damn. The question remains with that whole like, does it just live and die with used car salesmen, or are there other areas of South Jersey business owners that it could resonate well with? Like,
What about like mattress?
That could be good.
People.
the only problem with that is we can't go to a vacant lot and make it look like we did a mattress sale.
Yeah, but you can go in front of a mattress firm.
We could.
Yeah.
They're just fronts for money laundering schemes anyway.
That's true.
We were big on that.
Only at
conspiracy.
Mattress Giant.
Yeah. Ooh, ah.
Ooh, ah.
Only at Mattress Firm of Woodbury.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's and you know what's funny is that I don't even.
You're going to love the way you fuck. I guarantee it.
You're gonna love the way you fuck.
I guarantee it.
See,
Like a sleazy men's warehouse or something.
I would love to do that. I even threw out the idea of Ralph's Dead Bodies in Deptford. You know, there's no funeral home ads though. That's the thing.
There are.
But
you're
there
right
could
though.
be.
There's specific South Jersey businesses that scream South Jersey to me. Car dealerships is one.
Yep.
A mattress firm could
Yeah.
be another.
Or any other like furniture store. Like I feel like they're always like really aggressive.
Yeah.
Furniture stores, yeah, like going out
Tire
of business.
stores.
Yeah.
There's a
Tire
million tire
shops.
shops.
Yeah.
The puffin pipes or cannabis, they're all
Oh
over
yeah,
the
but
place
they don't really
now.
have commercials.
They don't, but like you see them everywhere. Like I always wonder what kind of guy owns one of those things.
Oh, wait. I have a good one. An injury law firm.
Ooh, South Jersey injury
That's
law.
so
Yeah,
good.
that could be good.
Rand Spear, the accident lawyer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We could come up. We would have to come up with actual names. The whole funny
We
thing
just
with
have Rachel in a neck brace.
Just like
a neck brace and a black eye. Yeah. Oh, dude, that would scream
Does
South
your
Jersey.
husband
Yeah.
beat the fuck out of you
You got to talk like a complete degenerate though.
for
So
splitting food?
I'll figure it out.
let's do a little dry audition here.
Oh, you're gonna put me on the spot. I'm not gonna be able to do it.
no. If
It's
you,
like when I try to go hello.
yeah. If you finish that wine though, you'll be
Yeah,
belting some.
we'll see.
By the end
Yeah,
of the
we'll see how it
pod.
goes. Yeah.
I think you'd be able to hit the notes that we need for that. That is
Yeah.
for certain.
But yeah, I don't love the splitting of deodorant, the splitting of food, the splitting of chapstick. I like
Yeah.
to keep those things separate.
But-
Excuse me.
No, but- Fuck you and shut up.
You turned really quick. You're like,
So,
Oh my god, I'm having a stroke.
do you
Yeah.
do you think you speak for all the women out there when you say that it is your right to?
It is my right to use your things. And
Yeah.
what I've been trying to say, but everyone keeps fucking cutting me off, is that yesterday I
What
had-
were you trying to say?
Shut the fuck up. I took a shower last night for the first time in a while. I'm kidding, sort of. And I turned the shower off and I opened the thing and I realized that I forgot my towel. There was no towel in there, but Dan's towel was
this is
there.
a classic broad move.
And I was like, ooh, I'm like, he's really gonna hate this. But I had to use his towel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like I'm clean.
Yeah.
Okay, but you're still wiping that all over. You
Yeah,
know?
but it's not like I was like, I'm gonna use your towel and then give it back to you. I went in that
well.
scary room
Okay,
and got you a new towel.
With that same logic, you wouldn't be mad if I got out of the shower and used the hand towel to dry my balls.
Oh, speaking of
Answer the fucking question.
Speaking of drying your balls.
speaking of drying your balls, no. Remember how disgusted you were when I wiped my mouth with the hand towel?
Yeah, what kind of psycho move is that?
When you brush your teeth and you have like the foam around your mouth, what do you do with it?
Wait, it's still like you already rinsed your mouth out?
Yeah, and she has
and
a...
he gets so pissed because I stick my head under the faucet and rinse my
She-
mouth out.
I
that
do
way.
that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But she pulls it. It's not supposed to turn, and she
Yes,
pulls
it
and
is.
goes under it.
It moves.
It's not supposed to.
If it wasn't supposed to, it wouldn't move.
I don't think you were taught how to brush your teeth properly because you have like a fucking like beard of toothpaste.
I'm fine with drying the mouth after you wash it out, but if Dan is saying you have full toothpaste over your lips and that's going on the towel,
Yeah.
that is insane.
Yeah,
So
see?
you have a milk mustache with toothpaste.
She's got a milk goatee.
Then it's all over the towel. What are you talking about, you crazy broad?
It's a bad broad move.
That
I was with you until I pictured you with toothpaste all around. How does it even get around your lips?
I don't know.
You weren't.
You brushing your lips?
No, but it gets all foamy.
Yeah,
I don't know.
But after you rinse your mouth out, usually.
Yeah, but it's still like on the.
Maybe a little.
Maybe I could do a better job rinsing.
That's fucking. Because then I wash or dry my hands with the towel, and then I'm like, did I wash my hands with Colgate? What
Dan's
the fuck
balls smell like toothpaste. It would not be the worst thing.
It wouldn't be.
Could you imagine just take these are only a handful of examples, but apply it to literally anything around the house, and it's usually her doing something psycho, or me doing something normal that she says is psycho.
Well, I would have to butt in there and then side with Rachel on that one because I'm sure there's so many psycho things that you do where you're like, what are you talking about?
Oh my god, you should. When he is trying to figure something out and he gets pissed, and then he does this laugh, this like maniacal laugh.
Really?
Do like
and
a psycho laugh when I'm
it's
pissed.
psychotic.
Oh my god, I would leave the
like,
house.
I get that from Mean Gene. That's something I inherited.
Really?
Yeah.
It's so gross.
It's horrifying. I'm just like, oh Jesus Christ.
Can you give me an example? Like,
if I'm trying to replace, like, I don't know, fix a fucking doorknob, and it's the simplest thing, yet one little thing throws me the fuck off. Like, there's a strip screw on it or something, and I have to then fuck with that, and I can't get it, and I get really frustrated.
And then
I just get this pissed off laugh where I'm laughing like, oh, you motherfucker. Like that type of thing.
Insane.
That's scary.
Yeah. It's terrifying.
I don't like that one.
Yeah.
No, me neither.
And Rachel just
I hear it and I just am like, fuck.
Oh my god.
Like my day's over now because he's gonna be and then you're just gonna fucking talk about it for an hour straight.
Yeah. And she's like, I gotta go get in the car and drive around the block a few times.
And that is your cross to bear. Like you talking about something like that for an hour straight, I would put that right up there with a toothbrush mustache wiping. Like that's just as bad.
Yeah.
Maybe worse.
Yeah, I think it's worse.
I don't know. We'll have to get a poll for the listeners.
Yeah. Anybody else like picking up a sticky hand towel in the bathroom?
It's not sticky. It's not like it's like.
I'm saying Dan's is worse.
Oh yeah, Dan's is worse. Yeah.
That's very controlled though. It's only once in a while.
It's not once in a while. It's at least 3 to 5 times a week.
Here's my issue with the wives and the girlfriends taking of the things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It is always the excuse is I was in a pinch.
Yeah.
That doesn't bother me, right? What bothers me is there seems to be a lot of pinches. There's always you guys running out of your supplies. Sam never has gas in her car.
She's got to take some money from you. Does she do that? Take a little 20 from your wallet?
No, it's not even that. It's that if we have to use the car because like the car seat is in her car, I'll get in and I know that bitch isn't gassed up.
Yeah.
And you get in, you're like, fuck. Now you're late.
I'm on fumes.
Yeah.
And then Dan puts the gas in the car.
What is that?
That's a boy job.
Rachel doesn't talk to the help, and
I do not speak to the help.
She doesn't want to get gas either.
Nope.
So if we got a call to like place an order or make a reservation, she's like, I'm not calling to talk to somebody.
I do not do that. That is not my job.
I'll give you a good example of it. So I have to take her car. I'm getting some gas in a container like for the lawnmower or something. I go to Wawa, put the gas container in the back while the guy is filling it because they always have to, they always have to fill it. It's their job to do. So I'm getting trash out of her car because it's literally falling out of her car. Mm-hmm. When she's done drinking a seltzer, she'll just throw it over her shoulder into the back seat. So I'm getting it all in a plastic bag to throw out.
Yeah.
I'm getting it all in a bag to throw out, and the guy's filling the gas canister, looks at me getting all this. I had 2 plastic bags of trash in a matter of 5 minutes.
He's like, what, do you live in this thing?
He was just like, oh, let me guess, it's your wife's car. And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, it's a disease. And then he just walks away.
I love that, dude.
So now anytime I do something that's like gross and horrible, it's a disease.
It's a disease.
It's a disease.
It is a
Kevin,
disease.
you're such a disease.
Nice.
you.
Dan, what's that from?
I couldn't tell you.
Exactly.
Home
Alone.
I was going to say Home Alone 2. Home Alone 2.
No,
Man, you got to say, siding with Rachel on that one, you should know a Home Alone quote, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm terrible with any
He doesn't
quotes.
know anything. He is the dumbest person alive.
What don't I fucking know?
Like pop culture, like anything.
Yeah, well, look at his sneakers. I mean, the guy's not exactly
he's not
up to
really
date.
living with the times.
Yeah.
No, I'm living the fucking dream. Got my Kohl's jeans on, got the New Balances, but from the waist up, I got an Under Armour quarter zip here.
Yeah, because I bought it for you.
Yeah, you did. Everything in this house is this fucking
Now,
color
did he
green.
always dress like this, or did it progressively get worse?
It's gotten worse. Yeah.
Worse.
It's gotten worse over time.
Yeah.
Worse.
When we first like started dating, we both worked in an office, so like Dan was always dressed like in like cute business casual.
Yeah.
And
You're like, who's this cute guy?
who's this cutie pie? And yeah, it's just, COVID happened. We started working from home. Things got weird. Things got weirder and weirder and weirder. And now he just lives down here.
Yeah, there is points where Sam and I have been working from home together for years now at this point, where we'll look at each other and be like, dude, we have not seen each other not in sweatpants for probably 4 years.
I put on real pants for you guys.
Yeah.
I've been
That's huge,
wearing
actually.
a lot of sweatsuits.
You've been wearing a lot
of matching sets.
A lot of men's jeans as well.
Yeah, he keeps saying that I'm wearing men's jeans.
You wear like those jeans that like they look like this on me. I don't know.
But they got the holes.
These
no, not those.
I
There's
have
other
ones that
ones.
don't have holes.
Those are like your Michelle Obama jeans. You got them like up tucked into your tits.
Good Steve Urkel. Oh my God. What an unflattering angle.
Look at that. Just like, oh my God.
So
If I could just release like half of the photos and videos of you doing weird shit that are on my phone.
I'm really not okay.
We need to
Yeah,
go
but
back.
you have to have plenty on the of him as well.
Yeah, but I'm really weird.
You're really hunkering down into this this lifestyle.
Yeah,
this at-home lifestyle.
I'm just fully leaned in now.
You're fully there and you're with it. And
What is it called? The disease where you're afraid to leave the house? You know what I'm talking about?
Homophobic. No.
Yeah,
Isn't it?
that's the disease your dad has.
Yeah, that is literally.
Oh man.
Do you know how many texts we get from him where I'm like, that is an inside your head thought. Like, please stop texting me.
I gotta tell you the crazy shit
He's insane.
that he gets into Facebook arguments with people about. It is. I think that's another disease is boomers on Facebook.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
Because
that's an epidemic.
Yes, it really is. Because
Yeah.
you know what it is? We were the first generation to grow up with Facebook where we had it in high school and stuff. So there was a time when we were youngsters where maybe you would get sucked into arguing with somebody, on that platform.
Yeah.
But you grow out of that and you realize you don't ever engage. You don't get in a public fight
Yeah, you
with
just
someone.
don't. It's not worth it.
Their kids for the first time like, do you believe what she said on the Facebook? And they're going through this stage like they're 16-year-old kids the way that we did.
And they don't understand either that everyone can see what they're saying.
Yeah.
Like, everyone can see
and
it.
it's not a good look.
No.
What do you think, Lily?
No, my dad gets trolled so much, and I don't even think he realizes it. He'll talk shit on Tiger Woods so much. I don't know why, but he's just a big Jack Nicklaus fan. And he's like, all I see is Tiger Woods stuff in my feed. And I'm like, yeah, because all you do is comment on Tiger Woods content. So they think you like Tiger Woods or you engage with Tiger Woods. They're going to feed you Tiger Woods content. And he's like, I understand that, but like, it's still, I was like, dude, you feed
I love
right
that
into
he's
it.
commenting on Tiger Woods stuff as if like Tiger's going to see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he's just talking shit on there, just like, I only like the Asian side of him. Just like shit. Like, but he was telling me the other day he got into an argument with somebody that he knew on their post, and then that person's friends get in the argument. And he's like, somebody told me that they can't wait for my generation to die off because the world would be so much better. And I'm like, yeah, that's a total troll comment. Coming from another troll, that's one way to bait a boomer.
Yeah.
Your family
absolutely.
trolls.
Yeah. No, literally.
Baiting boomers that could be a whole series, I feel like.
That could be a game show called Baiting
Boomers. Yeah.
Where you get them to engage in a post and like, what the fuck is
You're basically
this?
like catfishing them.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So this is the link that he went to it. He's like, the guy was probably like, closer to his age, middle age, and he's like, I saw on his profile because when someone's talking shit to you, it's like, let me go see where they went to school and who they're friends with.
Yeah.
And he's like, looked in the photo like he was gay. He's like, so I responded to him and I said, oh, you mean the generation that developed medical devices and medicine for people with HIV and AIDS and stuff?
Yeah.
And he's like responding to the guy saying, my generation made medicine for your people. And he's like, that shut him up. He didn't respond to me and he blocked me. And I'm like, yeah, you don't fucking wonder why.
That shut him up. Yeah. My God.
But like, I was like, that's how you're like, why are you just getting you're taking the bait.
Yeah.
As the boomer.
Just arguing with a bot, most likely.
Most likely, yeah.
Oh, yeah. And I try and tell him, I was like, dude, it's mostly just AI bots out there. That's somebody who engages with the AI
that's
bots.
all he does.
Yeah.
Just down here fiddling with AI.
My mom will see like some political post and she'll be telling you about it. She's like, I just think this is so crazy. And she'll like, she'll go, so, all I said was, and I'm like, no, don't ever say anything. No, that is where you went wrong. Yeah. You don't ever say anything.
Don't engage.
Yeah.
The last time I actually tried to say something to somebody was the only somewhat negative comment we had on our video, where the woman was like, oh, you're attacking a woman with that Taylor Swift comment. Did you see that comment?
Come on.
On the most recent vid.
I tried to respond to her, but she had like, you can't mention or reply to her comment. So that's a real dick move right there. You're going to talk shit on someone's video, but then you don't don't
let anybody say anything back.
I'm actually surprised we didn't get more heat about that, just because of how much people will just try to find anything to to find an angle on. But I saw that and I was like,
I think we both just liked it.
I was like, you're just trying to find an argument.
Yeah. I love Taylor Swift, and I thought that it was hilarious when you called her a bitch.
Well, because we're just being stupid character guys that obviously would hate. They're like, she's ruining football.
Yeah, she's a bitch. Yeah.
That's the thing people can't, and I think most people did in this video, which is surprising. But like you said, there was other things people could have gotten after us for. But it's the character that's saying this stuff. It's not like you or I. I mean, I would probably say something like that. But like,
no, you probably would.
It's the character. Like, it fits those characters.
Yeah.
That's the thing. It's not like it's us walking around saying Patrick Mahomes is gay and Taylor Swift's a bitch. Like,
well, I mean, you kind of do.
Well,
yeah, but
some things hit a little close to home.
Yeah. But yeah, overall, other than that,
otherwise we did not get many negative comments on that video, which is insane, because like no matter what you post, you're gonna get a flood of negative comments.
Yeah,
I had that one video that I put up where I was just fucking around about having a quote unquote email job.
Oh yes, yeah.
Which I literally had put no thought into that. Like had no idea where I was going with it. Just like goofing around.
Yeah. Just goofing.
Gets 1 million views.
Yeah.
And now so many people are commenting like, you soft fucking pussies with your email job.
Yeah.
Like,
oh my God.
I'm like, I know. That's what I'm saying.
That was the point. Yeah.
I'm joking.
You're not out there hunter-gathering now.
Like,
you're just writing
AI is going to take your position. And sound
like, okay.
Okay, man. It's a joke.
Cool.
Man, AI is going to ruin so many positions. There's not even going to be HR because they're not going to be able to police any humans. Yeah. They're not going to have guys like me fucking harassing any of the women around the office.
Dan had to do a, well, you don't have an office. It's just home.
Yeah, no, I'd be harassing you, but...
You usually do.
Adorable.
I know.
She's being so cute.
She's being so cute. She literally... like, does not ever pay any attention to me. Like,
it's all on me.
Since I sadly
she's just trying to get in the shot.
No, she's trying to make Dan jealous. Since we sadly lost Goosey, Lily, who was my dog, by the way. I had her before Dan. Lily, who was now 12 years old.
Earmuffs.
Yeesh. I know. She favors Dan.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
She wants next to nothing to do with me.
Does
so
he
like
feed her more?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. I give them both treats. I make them both sit and give them some, throw some frozen green beans. It's a good dog treat right there.
Yep, she loves them.
Yeah.
You throw her some deodorant.
Yeah, just like, here you go.
Here, take this from your father.
Yeah. But no, she anywhere Dan goes, that's where she wants to be. She wants nothing to do with me except for right now.
Right now, she's loving you.
She's loving me.
That's what Lucy always did really well, was anytime anyone would come to the door, she thought it was you or somebody else. And she's like, oh, podcast about to happen. She runs right down here and sits there.
Yeah.
But Lily can't really walk down or up steps, so I got to pick her up and bring her down and all that stuff. But yeah.
No, she's a good girl.
You have to bring Grandma Lama Ding Dong over here.
I love that, dude. Yeah. He's been so cooped up with it just being cold out. Like we have not had a chance to walk him and stuff.
Yeah.
But man, he's a dog's dog. Loves hanging with dogs.
Yeah.
He's such a cutie.
Yeah.
He's a good boy.
Yeah. He's made an appearance on the podcast a few times since we were recording over
at
the Donegan
when
pub.
you record. Yeah.
He's been so adorable with Jack lately. We have this little tent in the basement, and I caught them the the other day, just Jack and Graham in there like.
Oh my gosh, that's so cute. They're
The door
adorable.
Yeah, so
What?
funny.
With the door closed in the tent, like they're both in there. Yeah.
I like looked at them like, what are you guys doing in here? They're like, yeah.
That's a pretty fucking killer idea. I got to get one of those down here. I can just go sit in my tent, put a
And your
beanbag chair in there.
There you
fiddling
go.
with the AI in
Yep.
there.
Oh
Just
my
sitting there.
god.
Rachel's just upstairs hearing me giggle like,
When I
Hey,
hear
Rach, look what ChatGPT says.
when I hear him start to giggle, I have to text him and be like, "Can you shut the fuck up?"
what is your problem with me
I
laughing?
hate the sound of your laughter.
Why?
Because I don't want you to be happy.
Well, it's
You're a real South Jersey broad. You don't want your husband to be
Right.
happy.
Nope.
that's a healthy South Jersey
Yeah.
relationship.
Actually,
I think so.
You're at your happiest when I'm not here.
That is true.
I could go to a brothel in
Mm-hmm.
Cumberland County, and you'd be like, "Yeah, see you fucking never again."
Yeah,
As
I
long
put
as
on
you
my
have your
matching
shows.
sweatsuit, my shows, my little paint by numbers. I'm a happy gal.
What's the show that you're on right now? Outside of Severance, which
Okay.
is fucking banging.
I just did a rewatch of Downton Abbey, but like I need you to listen. I locked the fuck in on TV. Okay, in the last like 2 months, I've watched.
How many episodes a day on average?
That's private.
7,
watched-
8.
That's private.
Shush. I watched The Morning Show. I watched Shrinking. I watched Ted Lasso. I watched Bad Sisters.
Holy
I
hell.
watched Big Love, which
Jesus,
is an
lady.
old HBO show. I'm not done. I watched Girls. I rewatched Girls. I watched Sex Lives of College Girls.
Oh,
I
my
love
bu-
that
my-
movie.
My buddy was in that show.
Downton Abbey. Oh, really?
My buddy Jack was in like a small part in the show. Yeah.
I think 8.
And that's just since January.
No, stop. That was starting in December.
Well, that's not that
I
much
actually think that I might have missed something too. I just like.
Yeah.
I just
Lock the fuck in.
Lock the fuck in. I hate winter. I just
Yeah.
want to be home. I want to be comfortable. I don't want to talk to anybody. I want to watch my shows.
Yeah.
And like,
Well, like during the week,
Yeah.
during winter, when you can't go outside and you work from home, and as soon as you're done, you're like right here, and you're like, kind of just want to grab some wine and toss on a show.
exactly. And like,
That's
for
why I'm
me
trying
too.
to refrain from the wine because I'm like, dude, I'll drink every night of the week.
Well, that's what I had gotten wine for the Super Bowl because I try not to drink during the week either. But since it was open, I got to finish it.
That's,
you know?
that's literally the excuse
Yeah.
I did to myself last night. I opened the bottle of wine. What's today? Thursday. So 2 days ago, right?
Is
And
it
then
Thursday? Yeah, it is.
I'm
No, it's
sorry,
Wednesday.
So on
Yeah.
Monday, I had the bottle of wine open, and then last night I'm like, I'm not going to drink. But I'm like, well, it's going to go bad
It's
if
gonna
I
go
don't
bad.
drink
You're
it.
gonna drink it,
So I
yeah.
got to finish it.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, I'm ordering insomnia cookies, and I'm fucking
yeah.
knee deep in some cooks.
That'll happen. Dan doesn't let me order takeout.
No, I fucking made you delete those fucking apps.
Well,
Why, it was getting out of
newsflash, I
hand?
still have DoorDash.
you
Like
reach
a
out.
little kid that found
and
a workaround.
and every so often, I find. Tell him last night what I told you
What?
about my workaround for the coffee.
You motherfucker. She worked around. She's like, she didn't even tell me. I
Yeah.
paused Workaholics. We were
Yeah,
watching.
we're watching Workaholics
I was watching that last night, too.
It's so good.
We find old shows,
No
older
way.
shows, and we start from the very beginning and watch them all the way through.
Workaholics is so good,
It's
man.
It is.
so funny.
I was watching the episode last night where they do shrooms in the office.
we get
Oh,
to-
that's
oh,
yeah. We
yeah.
already we
Yeah.
watched that one. That was early on.
They are really well written. Great show. So we were watching that, and I had remembered I was going over the budget earlier in the evening, and I was looking at some recent expenditures.
As he does.
And I saw that
Someone's got to do it.
Someone's got to do it.
someone in this household, this hellhole, has to do it, and that's me.
Another girl. That's another girl math thing where when it comes to.
Wait till you hear.
Oh
This
my
is she
God.
really girl mathed into the sun on this one.
Yeah.
We have a monthly budget for coffee of $20, which isn't crazy because it's like every now and then you go give yourself
Yeah.
a little treat, girly
Little
pop.
treat.
You just go to Dunkies.
I
and
think
you-
that's pretty reasonable. Yeah.
yeah. So you get a $4 coffee here or there.
Especially
you know.
if you have coffee at home.
Yeah, we have coffee at
Which I
home.
assume you do.
Yeah,
Yep.
I got a Keurig, and I use that every day. It's
But,
like,
tell me the whole story, but can I also guess the amount that she went over the budget?
you guess the
Well, no, because there's two. I went over the
Is
budget
it
in January.
It's a two-part system.
Guess her total
yeah.
spend on coffee in January, and then just do that. January, what do you think she spent?
in January, with the budget of mine of $20,
Yeah.
I would say you spent $65.
Woo! Ooh.
That was pretty close.
69.
Oh,
She got
lucky
a
69.
$3.72 medium iced coffee at Dunkin' basically every day of the week.
Every day of the week, yeah.
Monday through Friday.
Monday through
For
Friday.
the whole
Yep,
month.
for
Dude,
pretty much all of January.
Any guy listening to this podcast, this is the most relatable
I
stuff
know.
we've ever talked about.
I know.
Every guy with a woman in their life.
85 episodes in, and then they're like,
Yeah.
finally, they're getting to
They're
the meat of
getting
the
to the
shit.
good stuff.
Yeah.
This is the most relatable
So,
stuff.
Yeah.
so I told her after January, it's like, hey, maybe we dial that back a little
Yeah.
bit.
And I agreed. I was like, okay, yeah, I really like I have just been, I've been down. So I'm just like, I've just leaned into and he didn't say anything. He wasn't mean about it. Like, I will give him credit, but he was just like,
let's dial
knock
it
it off.
back.
Yeah, let's just
dial it back.
let's just not
Now,
not do that.
Sometimes she'll get upset that I have access to fuck bucks. I have the cash from
and
comedy shows.
He does share. He shares his fuck bucks from time to time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sometimes
Yeah.
you got to work for it, but
Yeah.
I'll give you some fuck bucks. It's got two meanings,
Mm-hmm.
and so I'll go out. I'll spend that on a little drinky poo or a little fogo de chow or something.
Yeah.
What's a fogo de chow?
He did
Little
go
tricky poo, little fogo de chow.
Yeah, he went to Fogo de Chao with his boyfriends the other night.
Yeah, some of my college buddies
Yeah.
went to fogo de chow, and
like a good time.
yeah.
Yeah.
Carlos was our
Wait,
waiter.
so what is this workaround?
Okay.
So the workaround was that happened in January. It's now mid-February, and I'm like going through the budget, and I'm like, well, that's weird. I see a $30 charge to Starbucks. One hit of it, $30
In one sitting.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm like, what the fuck happened here? So I paused Workaholics as it came to mind. They mentioned Starbucks in the episode. So I pause it and I say, Rachel, I was like, you know what I found interesting when I was going through the budget earlier?
And that's when I knew I was in trouble.
She's like, what?
It's like you got caught smoking weed in high school.
I just spilled my Miller Lite all over me. So this is how hot and heated I fucking get.
Dumbass.
I just sit here and I start fucking shaking.
You idiot. You stupid bitch.
$30 at Starbucks means you bought
I got him fired up right now.
you got two.
Rachel.
It's just gonna come out. Can you watch this?
Yeah,
after
I
this?
got you.
Okay. So, it's $30 at Starbucks, and I'm like, what the fuck happened here? And her workaround.
No,
was,
we were in bed. I sat up because I was like, I'm a genius. Like,
she's like, this is girl math. Now explain your girl math on how this worked.
So,
Oh, I love this.
So here's what happened: is I did go to Starbucks,
Sure.
and I did spend $30.
Well, I believe that you did.
I did. I'm admitting it.
It's like a deposition.
Yeah, no,
I did.
I did.
Have you cross-examined, you bitch?
Can you please explain to the court how you spent $30 in one sitting in Starbucks?
So my college best friend had a baby last week, which is very exciting.
Very
He's such
exciting.
a cutie pie. I'll show you pics after.
Please
so,
don't.
Dan, you know Dan.
Dan Beckman.
Dan Beckman.
He went to
the
Shane
one of
show
the
with
shows
us. We went to
you.
a bar
Yes.
afterwards.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
him and his wife,
Gotcha.
they're both like my oldest college friends. They had a baby, and I went to go visit them at the hospital, and I said, what can I bring you? Do you want coffee or anything? And they were like, coffee would be great because the hospital coffee's gross, whatever.
Yep.
I'm like, cool. So I went to Starbucks. I got myself a coffee, obviously.
Sure.
And then I got them coffees, and I got pastries because, like, again, like I just wanted to like bring whatever. So to me, that's a gift. That's not coffee.
But why did you think you were a genius? Because you go, oh, there's an excuse.
So-
There's
because
there's a
baby.
loophole. I didn't spend money on coffee. It was a gift.
We have a category in our budget for gifts.
For gifts.
So she's like,
Yeah.
that Starbucks is a gift. It's not coffee
Yeah.
related.
So I still have $20 for.
Now that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, that is a tough one because I see what you're saying here, where it's like it's a special occasion.
It was a gift.
It's a one-off situation. However, you then saying, "Well, I still have $20 left,"
I do.
does kind of.
I want to see an itemized receipt, and you're
Well,
taking your fucking coffee out of the $30 spent.
No, because I got a really good. They have this new like hazelnut cookie cold foam something. It was really good. Chocolate hazelnut cookie.
Give you some
something.
hazelnut foam.
How much sugar are in these things?
It's probably all sugar.
Yeah, that's
35
probably like
grams.
and I paid the price. Similarly to when I did that Wendy's thing.
Sure.
Yeah, I was fighting for my life later in the day. So.
Oh yeah, last time you always come on here with a little trick you're playing on me.
A little trick, and it usually ends with me having diarrhea.
Yeah,
No, it's
Rachel's on a Teams call. She's like, guys, I don't have to cut this short.
Rachel has a little trick and a little treat for
A little
herself.
trick and a little treat.
You go to Wendy's with my cash and you spent it and you gobbled it all down in the car.
Yeah.
That loophole is a little bit more tricky.
Yeah.
This one was just more of a blatant, like, no, I just bought a bunch of shit for my friend.
Blatant disrespect.
It was. I categorized it as a gift. It's a gift.
That's fine. That can be a gift, and the Beckmans are good people.
Yeah.
If
She
you
can
guys
write
just
that off on her taxes.
Yeah, I'm gonna write it off. Yeah.
Donation.
Yeah,
I'll
absolutely.
allow it this time. You know, they're good people. If you guys just want to Venmo me $20, that's fine. But
Now, when you see another $30 charge next month, you're gonna have to come up with a new friend with a baby.
Sam's not due till April, right? Shit.
Well, you got April locked in.
I got April locked
Yeah.
in, so I need someone to have a baby in
leading
March.
up to that, though, I'm going to be like, what was the $45 at Wendy's? And you're like, oh, well, Sam was having
Sam was hungry.
Sam was,
Yeah.
brought her
Yeah.
over at Dave's Triple. And
Man, yeah, there really is. There's something to girl math where it's
we make it work.
That's a real. Well, no,
Yeah.
I don't know if you are.
I feel like we do.
The thing with girl math is that it doesn't work.
It works.
Do you have any other examples of how girl math is?
100% of the time, it works every time.
What are your thoughts on credit cards?
Why don't you let them know why you had to be added as authorized users?
Is that free money in your mind?
In a former life, it was
Go ahead.
free money in my mind, and I am a reformed.
She's like a former. She's like a former member of Scientology.
Yeah, like I'm just like I.
Tell them about how Mr. Nordstrom lent you a card with however much of a spending limit.
It wasn't Nordstrom.
A tale as old
I
as
mean, I
time.
did have I have a Nordstrom credit card, but that gets paid. I mean, I haven't used it in a really long time.
Which one did you have to like?
That's private.
Yeah, I just need to know the retailer. Like, it wasn't Boscov's.
It
or
wasn't a
Macy's?
retailer.
Oh, I thought it was a retail store.
No,
Okay.
it was a real credit card.
Well, you
But
see it as
I like maxed it out and then was like paying the minimum payment and then like
girl
you know,
math.
things happened.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, well, this fucking sucks. So
Things happened.
yeah. Well, I'm not gonna go into all my private business.
Well, no, I'm not saying that. I was just like,
Let's not dive too deep into
Yeah,
the finances
he's like,
here.
here, like, let's talk about your credit history. What the fuck, man? All I'm saying is that I was once really bad.
We all have been with credit cards.
Yeah.
We all learn
Yeah.
a lesson. My point is, women sometimes that'll happen to them, and then they'll still just get another credit
They'll
card.
get
and
another.
wrap-
Yeah, no. And I'm very grateful to Dan that he is so, like, financially minded that, like, I don't have that problem anymore.
the
And,
problem
like,
is that I'm not very financially.
Yeah.
I'm not a numbers
no, but
guy.
he says that he's not, but he's like the fucking Rain Man in the corner, like doing all
Standing
those
there.
little numbers and shit. Like
$20 on
he
coffee
is.
this
He's
month.
more than me. You're more like financially responsible. Like my parents didn't. I mean, they're all dead, but like,
They're all as if there's multiple.
well, I had
like,
two
I
parents.
know, but you're saying
Yeah.
they're all like
all
there's
of
a
them.
group.
They're,
Yeah,
well,
all four of them.
All four of them. They're all dead.
Yeah.
I wasn't really like taught like
Yeah.
to be
Same.
like financially savvy in
Yeah.
like any way at all.
But what's
so,
interesting is it seemed like our parents' generation, the wife was like managing the checkbook.
the checkbooks, yeah.
Nowadays, it always seems like there's a husband kind of, diving
Yeah.
into the financial activity going, what the fuck is going
well,
on
that's
in
because
here?
like we can't be trusted.
You really can.
We really, if I'm left to my own devices, every once in a while, like Dan will be really nice. Like, remember when I went to the outlets and I got all that stuff?
Yeah.
Dan was like, you could, like, it pays off because then when I don't want to say allow because it sounds like he's like, you can't do this.
Right.
But like, it's much more fun and exciting when I'm like, oh my God, I can go and I have this like quote unquote like unlimited budget because we've been budgeting and we've been saving and like so now I'm just like, oh, I can like go get all these things and I don't feel bad about it after.
right.
Like
Yeah.
it's actually enjoyable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, how about
I
it?
wonder if there's a correlation with like, back in the day, now there's more and more women in the workforce. I mean, like, equally, if not like more so. And
This is a women's rights podcast.
it's like, once women got their own money to play with, they're like, I'm balling the fuck out.
Well,
dude.
we weren't allowed to have credit cards until what, 1975?
I don't
Is that
know.
true?
Something like, I think so.
Oh,
We
really?
need to reinstate
Do
that.
you have
but
your,
Should we
Google it.
reinstate it.
when women
this-
were allowed to
This was a
get credit cards.
women's suffrage podcast up until right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now it's a women's rights activist podcast. Let me ask ChatGPT, when were women allowed to get credit cards?
That is so funny.
Yeah, I'm
man.
pretty sure it was like 1975.
Man, that's
Yeah.
crazy if that's true.
Let's see. Women in the United States were legally allowed to get credit cards in 1974 at the passage
Holy
of the
shit.
Equal
Yeah.
Credit Opportunity Act. Look at you knowing a historical fact and an act that went into play in 1974.
We gotta bring-
I'm not an idiot.
If anyone's gonna bring that back, it's gonna be Trump dog.
It's not looking
These
good.
ladies can't be trusted.
Unless
They
they're
can't be trusted.
Eastern European whore, then you can put them on your credit cards in your name.
Yeah.
Have you? What has been like financially from a credit card standpoint? Did you get into any situations from a credit card like, holy shit, I didn't know like this is what they're here to play ball with me?
I think we've all been there at some point in our lives. It just seems like guys kind of go through it a little bit, maybe in like their early 20s, and then they learn from it and go, oh fuck.
Yeah.
And then they're really tight with it.
Yeah.
But women seem to kind of continue to ball out on it and go like, they're never gonna catch me.
They're never gonna catch me. Yeah, that's pretty much like what it is. Like they're not gonna catch on to this. Like I'm just gonna keep rolling my like debt into new cards and new balances and this, that, and the other thing. And
you just think
you get really fucked.
But I used to be a mess with that too. Like I used to overdraft my account, and then you'd get hit with a fee for that, and then it just keeps going, and now you're in like a a deeper hole in your own.
Yeah, and it's just like, and then you're just like, what the fuck do I do?
You're like, dude, how am I not only do I not have money, but I owe money.
But I owe money,
in my savings account somehow.
Rachel just thinks that in her head that she's just like Leonardo DiCaprio and Catch Me If You Can or something. Like she's
we're gonna move, Dan.
Yeah, we gotta go.
they're never gonna catch me.
Hello.
Hello.
They call Rachel. We're here to collect a debt. Hello.
Hello.
You see Rachel at home picking up a corded telephone.
Yeah. Hello.
She's gonna be like, they'll never know it's me.
That's so funny.
Hello.
That. What a wild fact.
Yeah.
1974.
1974.
I
So
never
our mothers,
knew.
like.
Yeah,
Man.
my grandmother, they didn't have credit cards until 1970.
They
credit
weren't
cards were probably somewhat new at that point.
Well, I mean, the credit existed,
Oh yeah.
like
Right.
in some form, but like credit cards.
Yeah, I wonder. Yeah, I guess they
Yeah.
didn't start to get like popularly used probably until like the 80s.
Yeah, because I feel like it used to just be like IOUs. Like farmers would be like, I owe you $5,000 or whatever for
Like, I'll
farm
see you
equipment
next
and
week.
and whatever.
Yeah.
Well, we'll have to call Cindy up and ask her if she ever used a credit card to buy a UFO or something.
Yeah.
Damn. Wonder what she's up to these days. She's probably dead.
Who knows,
Yeah.
man?
Yeah, we haven't talked to her. She
We
stopped
had to
calling.
stop calling her. 'Cause we
No,
just
I
felt
mean,
bad.
honestly, it was probably for the best. Like that poor woman. Like,
Because she would answer every time.
and it was funny for a little bit, and then I was just kind of like, ugh.
We thought it would be a once in a while type of thing, but I didn't think she was
you
going to
were
come
like
out of the.
feeding into a delusion.
Well, we also
Yeah.
weren't even sure 100% if she was real for a while. But
Well,
then
that's
the
what,
more
like-
we talked to her, we're like, oh, this is a real woman.
This is a real person. Yeah, I thought it was somebody like fucking with you guys.
Yeah.
for a
That's what I
while.
thought.
Yeah.
I thought it was Boss Man or Paul Carson, somebody just giggling on the other end of the phone, but it was real as real
It
could
was
get.
yeah.
Unless somebody had like a killer backstory ready
Yeah.
to rock.
Yeah.
And has just been pranking the shit out of us.
Yeah.
Ashton.
She had it all knocked down. Do you want me to read a couple of articles
Yeah,
here?
let's toss in some
Yeah.
articles. My God, that credit conversation made me laugh hard.
Yeah.
Holy
That was
shit.
good.
I think me and Sam are the only ones that have it together, huh? You and Brendan are on your own little island.
No, I have since cleaned.
No, I've like cleaned up my act too. Like I
Well, I was 22 when I cleaned up my act.
well, I was
42.
shut the fuck up, everyone. First of all, I was how old am I? I was in my mid-20s when I
Okay.
cleaned up my act. Yeah, it wasn't
was-
like last week.
Well, I was confused because of the coffee conversation. Mm-hmm. That's not the same as credit cards.
That's not the same as credit
Gotcha,
cards.
gotcha.
Yeah,
It's kind of like she lets a little bit of it sneak through every now and then.
yeah.
Just
Every
a
now and then,
little
like
bit.
just to like feel alive, I'm like, I gotta go to Starbucks and spend $30.
Get
like
a quick hit.
yeah.
She gets a rush. Yeah, it's a
I
hit.
do.
She
I
just
really.
goes,
I just like, sometimes I go to Target and I'm like, I don't need this, and I buy it anyway. I'm like, fuck yeah.
So funny.
I'm going to go on a Target run.
Yeah.
You go in there and you're
I haven't
just...
been to Target since
Since they banned you.
December 5th
December. Why the fuck do you know that date?
because I went the day before Brittany's baby shower.
Oh, that was
Which
the
was
last-
it was either December 5th or 6th was the last day that
That's got to be a record amount of time of you not going to Target because
I have not stepped foot in
I could open up
Target.
the thing. It'll be like Target $275. Target next day $144. Target $210. I'm like, what the fuck are you getting at Target?
Sam legitimately looked me in the eye after she might spend like $300 at Target on like God knows what, and then she'll be like, "We need to, we gotta like start, saving on water. Like, let's not flush the toilet as much." Like,
I love
let's
it.
make
I
sure-
love
I'm
this.
like, so this is where we
That's-
gotta,
no.
we have to save flushing the toilet
No,
less,
we will-
turning off the
yeah.
faucet less.
No, we will be flushing the toilets in this house.
How about let's never go to Target again?
Yeah.
And problem solved.
Yeah.
That's where we want to cut corners?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have not set foot in a Target since December 5th or 6th.
Damn, bitches be flushing.
Not even purchasing anything online either.
No, you've really pulled back on that.
Yeah. I've really reeled it in.
Now, as much as I love that idea from old Sam there, I feel like the water charges per gallon is like what 16 cents or something. Like I don't know.
Yeah,
knows
I'm
that?
like, there's just so many other
look at the water
areas.
bill.
Like this is just so not the problem of where we're overspending is on our water usage or electricity.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
It was like that guy on YouTube that you were watching where he was talking about what did he want? Something with his rent and buying a house or.
Oh, there's like just ridiculous shit where people will like literally make their lives living hell. I'm not that crazy about it.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Guys just like, oh, this is what you can do with saving. Like, they get like insane to where
it like doesn't even make
unplug
any
everything
sense.
in your house so it's not getting any electricity. Even if it's
Yeah.
turned off, it's still pulling some. I'm like,
They're
okay.
you keep one pair of socks for 5 years. And you're like, okay.
Yeah,
No.
that's a little far
Yeah.
for me. But
I do very much like the idea of minimalism. Like I watched a documentary on minimalism years ago, and I get off on throwing stuff out and just like having my space like completely clear of not a lot of stuff. So I've been trying to slowly like incorporate that into Sam's lifestyle. And let me tell you something, it's quite an uphill battle.
Yeah, that's how Dan's the same way. I like my things. I like my tchotchkes.
Yeah.
I like my stuff
but
and
you're
things.
like an old woman. You just need a little thing on every single countertop.
And it'll be
Yeah.
there'll be like 8 things of the same thing. Like for example, there's only 2 adults in the house. So when we get out of the shower, I'm like 1 towel per person until you wash that towel, right? She'll have like 3 robes, 5 towels. I'm like, there's 2
I'm not
people
that bad.
living
No,
here.
I'm not that bad.
In the
Yeah.
shower, though, the shit that you have covering the entire shower, you have like 12 bottles of fuck in there.
It takes a lot of stuff to maintain this gorgeousness.
Yeah. Or Sam, she'll she'll be like, I threw out 3 things today, and I'm like, that's amazing. And then she'll get 5 things delivered from Amazon. I'm like, now we're net 2 in the positive.
Yeah. Damn.
So we didn't get rid of a whole lot. That she
Jesus.
gained 2 things.
Yeah.
We're all fighting battles.
Yeah.
It just so happens that it's usually.
Hope she doesn't listen to this.
Yeah. Speaking of having women on the podcast, I found this pretty interesting. A woman celebrated her 104th birthday with a great time in a New York prison. I was like, wait, some 104-year-old is in prison? I was like, what the fuck did she do? For her 104th birthday, Loretta had one wish. She wanted to go to jail. So a sheriff's office in upstate New York was more than happy to make this centenarian's dream come true. She basically went to jail for a day, and they had a whole photo op with like, yeah, we brought this old bitch to jail. It was pretty incredible.
Why did she want to go to jail?
I don't know. I think we should put more women in jail. But this
3
is
hots in a cot?
Yeah.
No, yeah, 3 hots in a cot.
She's done everything else. She was like put in fucking prison.
She's like, what haven't I done?
But like that can't be an authentic jail experience.
They literally
nobody's beating her ass.
yeah. She didn't drop the soap in the
They didn't
showers.
put her in solitary.
She comes out with like a swastika on her chest. I'm like, dude, one day.
She's a fucking crip, and she's just in there dancing like Serena Williams in a cell block.
Well, I joined a gang.
I'm Lil.
You gotta survive, am I right, Kim?
I'm Lil Loretta, and I'm also a lesbian now.
Oh my god.
So yeah, she went to jail. Her sage advice to everybody is to mind your business. Meanwhile, this bitch wants to go to jail and see what it's like on the inside.
Is that what she's referring to though? Like on the inside, like how
On
do
the
you
inside,
survive in
you
jail?
gotta mind your
No.
business.
Mind your business.
Before she left jail, she shared her secret to living a long life. And living a long life is mind your business.
Oh, I love that message.
That's great.
That's great, yeah.
You should do more of that.
You should mind your business.
Well, I hope you're fucking ready to make it to 104 because 85% of Americans who make it over 100 years old are women. So
Yeah. Dudes are not living long these days.
no, they're really not. What do you think that is? What is causing us to just
Because
fucking...
we're worried about our
Because
credit.
you're worried about, you're worried about the finances.
I was like, how many times did you go to Target this month?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Oh my
We got
god.
Leonardo DiCaprio just going around the world, catch me if you can style.
Yeah. I'm going to open this
They'll-
credit card, close this one, open that one.
Yep.
They'll live till
Write
they're
some
100.
fake checks, you know.
That's so funny, man. Live till you're 105.
Minding my own business.
Yeah.
And maybe you should mind yours.
I love that there that women are like, that's the key to life is you mind your own business. Meanwhile, every single show that you watch is about other women's business.
Everyone's and other women being in each other's business. Yeah.
Oh man,
That's every Bravo TV
every
show.
Bravo show.
Not even a Bravo show. I got so pissed off when you were watching Seventh Heaven all the way through. Which number one?
Yeah. Oh,
You
I went
started
on.
dipping back into Seventh Heaven.
Listen,
Yeah.
I went through a dark time over the
Seventh
summer,
Heaven.
and I needed something to bring me joy.
I didn't mind it because the one daughter's
The guy-
a piece. What's her name?
And I watched Seventh Heaven from start to almost to finish.
You know the dad in that turned out to be a pedophile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why she wanted to watch it. She's like, when does this Chris Hansen make an appearance?
Right.
Oh, and it was enjoyable in the beginning. It was like felt very nostalgic
watch it
because
all the time.
I loved it. I remember like I had a friend and we would call each other on like Sunday night when it was on and we would be on the phone watching Seventh Heaven together. But I had to stop watching it towards the end because it got really not good.
Remember the smoking weed episode?
Yes, I have to tell you something. I smoked pot.
And they're all like, "Oh,
They're like, no.
oh, that's
That-
the funniest internet clip of that."
I liked that show because it's Jessica Biel, right? I mean, she's a fucking piece, right?
Yeah,
She is a piece. Yeah.
Easily, she was like 15 in it, probably did.
I mean, you know,
Yeah, we were young.
We were younger.
Around season 3, I think she was over 18.
Yeah, but she was babysitter age when that show was out. Like for us, we were little kids, and it was like that. I don't see age at that. But I was like,
Yeah.
She was definitely like the first babe that you saw on TV.
Yeah.
You were like, what is happening?
yeah. Why don't my parents hire her to come over and watch me? We'll just stay up past 10. I get to look at those milkers. Yeah, that was. But the thing that pissed me off about that show was the fucking mom was in her kids' fucking urethras all day about everything. I don't understand. She was all over them about every fucking thing they did. And on top of that, even though they were all pieces of shit doing fucking
they did
everything.
like all kind. There was an episode where one of the kids says the N-word. Like,
The N-word?
No, and they say it
What?
on the show.
Hard R?
You got to be kidding me.
Yeah.
Hard R.
Yes.
And they made a bigger deal about the smoking weed episode. They were like, how could you? He says the N-word.
I
They're like, all right.
expected to like that would be like a redacted episode at this point. Like now we know like we don't do that. But no.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Did they teach a good lesson with it? Like, did
I mean-
Jessica Biel say the N-word and they're like,
No.
no.
Like,
It was
only in
like-
the house.
Only when we're around.
No, it was like a playground thing.
Oh my
And
God.
I was just like, I was watching. I was like, holy shit!
I can't believe they. Yeah.
Like on the WB.
I can't think
at
of
8
another
o'clock
show.
on a Sunday night in like 1996.
Yeah.
They said the N-word with the hard R.
Oh my God.
The WB with the dancing frog. And then
Yeah.
it's just here's
Yeah,
an
that
N-word.
wasn't
It's
even on
Michigan J
cable.
Frog pops up and he's like, "Don't say that."
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's so.
What was
crazy.
the context? Did they say it to somebody?
They
or was
say
he,
it to someone.
Oh my God.
He wasn't like singing an NWA song. No. He was on
No.
the playground where
On
he
the
spent most of his days.
Please
Easy,
stop
Dan.
it.
Careful, Dan.
Careful.
Careful.
Oh my God.
But
Yeah.
so he just said it.
They were like arguing and he called him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't need to go.
I
any
don't
further.
really want to like keep talking about.
Yeah.
We've all been there.
Okay.
I don't know if I've ever seen any sitcom even get close
Yeah.
to
Yeah, I
approaching
have
that.
the video on my phone. I'll show it to you because I record. I'm like, I cannot believe this was on television.
It's your ringtone, actually, isn't it?
They don't even tackle that subject on the Cosby Show, and then the white show about a white family on Seventh Heaven.
Yeah.
They're like, we got this one.
We
you
got
guys."
this. Yeah. Well, because in the early seasons there was a heavy like integration of like this African American like family that was just like the Camdens were like the white version, and then they had like a black people version, and they were like, I feel like I'm
What was
saying
their
this
last
all
name?
wrong.
What was their last name? The Haddonfields?
It was what was their last name? I don't remember, but it was
The
like
Pensawkins, was it?
oh my god.
No. but-
Anyway.
Anyways.
Anyway, so that old broad went to jail.
What old broad went to jail?
In your story.
Oh yeah, the old broad went to jail. Bringing it full circle, she probably used selective language while there as well. But 104-year-old, I was surprised by that stat that 85% of Americans that live over 100 are women.
It does not surprise me.
It's because we lay down a lot.
Dudes are dropping dead of heart attacks.
Yeah, we really are.
And I just go to bed. He's like all stressed out. I'm like, I'll go to bed.
That's true. I think rest and recovery is really like is the key.
For whatever reason, you can just tap out from anything in your head at times. I don't feel like every woman can, but you're just like in another planet, and you're just like it's cotton candy and rainbows.
It's called
all day.
dissociation.
Disassociating?
Yeah.
Disassociate with
It's
life.
not disassociate. It's dissociate. It's not dissa. It's just dis.
Gotcha.
Is there a difference between
Are
the two?
women better at
One's a word and one's not.
Oh, fuck. Okay. I'll go fuck myself.
Are women better at compartmentalizing certain things where it's like you can keep this going in this chamber and you can be thinking about something else? It seems like you guys have more of a capability to be thinking about
I think it's
things at
more of a
once.
capability, but it's also like mental illness.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is. We watch that. Like, we always love watching people get arrested on YouTube,
Oh,
like
yeah.
body cam footage.
That's what we watch before we go to bed.
Yeah, so
Yikes.
it's great.
Yikes.
It's fantastic.
Insane thing to watch.
Brendan's slowly following the breadcrumbs to the psychos
Goose,
that we are.
Yep.
Yeah. No,
So-
this explains a lot.
So we watched this video last night of this girl. I say late 20s, early 30s.
Yeah. No, she wasn't that old.
She gets pulled over. She was doing 95 miles an hour in a 50 on a highway with a suspended license. They pull her over. Very normal traffic stop. They're like,
They're just like, you're speeding. Like, do you know that you're going as fast
you were
as you're
doing
going?
40-something miles an hour over the speed limit.
Where are you coming from?
And
Target?
she goes, that's impossible because I had my cruise control set at 85. The speed limit is still 50.
Yeah.
The cop explained that to
Yeah.
her, and then he's like, I'll just take your license. And this girl immediately gets an attitude.
Yeah.
And she's like, I don't fucking have my license. Here's my passport instead. And he's like, okay. He goes back and he looks up her information.
And he's like, you can't drive a car with a passport.
Yeah.
Like, you need a driver's license.
Yeah.
Yeah, like pretty simple, basic
And
stuff.
she says that it's in the mail.
It's
what
coming
she
in the
says.
mail.
Like,
Yeah.
well,
But
that's
it's
great.
still, you still don't have it.
I just don't
love it.
understand the logic. You get pulled over. Do you think the cop's just going to be like, oh, okay, I'm not going to look it up, like, and then just move on? Like,
Yeah,
Yeah, I
you
don't
think
know.
giving attitude
Yeah.
is going to
Yeah.
help you.
So he looks her up. Turns out she has a suspended license. He then asks her to step out of the car. She's like refusing to. He gives her citations, and he's like, listen, it's going to be super simple. You sign these saying that you're going to appear at court. We go on our way. And then she has this whole attitude. She's like very scoffing at him.
Yeah.
And she just like swipes a line through the paper. She's just like scribbling on it.
Yeah.
And he's like, that's not your signature. You can try one more time. And if you refuse to sign this,
Yeah.
I have to take you to jail. So she does the same thing
She
again.
does the same thing.
So then he's like, okay, put your hands behind your back. And she's like, what? And she
she
has a
starts,
complete breakdown.
yeah.
Like an 8-year-old losing her
Yeah.
fucking mind. And they're like, what the fuck? And then her wife, she had a wife in the front of the seat, passenger seat. And she's just like, yeah, like I get it. Like,
Yeah, like,
She said, please take her to jail.
yeah, like,
Yeah.
no, please take her.
but like, what is it? Like, I can't imagine most 99% of guys would do that. Like, what is it? I don't get it.
Well, I don't know about
I
that
don't know.
because there's definitely, I'm sure, some fucking crazy dudes on dash cam footage that you
Yeah.
can find.
Yeah.
It just might be a different response where they might take out a gun and be like,
yeah, instead
that's-
of just like crying.
That's what I mean. They don't break down in tears and scream like a child over that. I don't understand.
But it's
that.
not all women that
It's
do
not
that.
all women.
I
and
wouldn't
I'm
do
just-
that.
You look at a woman
I'd wait
freaking
till I
out
got
over-
home.
You got pulled over before, and
I
you,
did, and that was annoying. I was so mad, and then I see people pulling that same move every fucking day at Warwick Road and the White Horse Pike. All I did was the left turn lane there is so short, and then the light is so slow where you're on Warwick Road and you are turning left, like where the McDonald's is. That little thing is so short, and then the cars back up, and I was like going to work. Like, it was like 8:30 in the morning, and I crossed over the lines to move so that I could get up and turn left, and I got fucking pulled over and I got a ticket.
because you crossed the double line to get in the
because I
turn
crossed
lane.
a double line.
oh, yeah.
But I see people do it all the time now, and now I refuse to do it.
Yeah.
And you
I'm
just sit there like,
I just get so fucking steamed about
You
it.
get so
That's
steamed.
rough in
Yeah.
the morning, too. You're like, clearly
It's like
just trying
on
to
my
make
way.
this turn.
Yeah, I'm like, just like trying.
that
That was
shit all the
the
time.
second time I've ever been pulled over. Like, I'm just like, this fucking sucks.
Yeah.
Here's another one since Valentine's Day is this week. Domino's is launching a pepperoni-inspired perfume.
Ew.
I was going to ask if you would really, get your socks off to that.
No, you kind of smell like deli
Pepperoni
meat
perfume.
sometimes.
Smell like deli meat? Like what? A salami? A
Yeah.
pepperoni? Little gabagool? Which one is it?
A gabagool?
Just like, I don't know. Men sometimes smell like deli meat.
Well, it's because we're eating it a
Yeah,
lot.
it's just coming out of your pores.
Casually just eat it. But yeah, so I mean, they're coming out with it. It's a 30 milliliter bottle. It's going to be available on Domino's website from the 10th to the 17th. How bad is the pizza delivery business that you got to launch a line of perfume to make ends meet?
How much is it?
I don't know. Let me see if I can click on it and find
That is so
out.
disgusting.
It's gross. But
See,
someone will buy it.
Yeah.
Domino's Passion is what it's called.
Ew.
To win it's you to passion. Want to experience the scent of passion.
To passion?
This is a company-wide thing?
Yeah, it's on Domino's website. It looks like you can't buy it. It's dominospassion.com. You have to win it. It's not like a purchase type of thing. But they're coming
that's
out.
stupid.
So is this like a gag gift kind of thing?
It's a gimmick type. Like all these places to stay relevant. Like how often can you try and reinvent pizza? You have to do something different. And they come out like Taco Bell does shit like this. They do. Yeah.
It'd be like how crazy would it be to just like make the product better? But they're like, nah, let's do perfume.
No, let's do perfume and pepperoni perfume.
Yeah.
Like,
that has got to be disgusting.
Yeah, I can't imagine that smells even a little bit good.
Yeah.
No.
Hurry up back here, Dan.
Hurry up, we're stalling here. Hey.
Just
Oh
me
my
and
God.
Rachel
Yep,
on the
no.
pod.
Back on the point, though, about that. I mean, how hard is it for you to just make a better pizza or fix your fucking delivery times? I don't know. Like, when's the last time you ordered Domino's? I've never ordered it in my life.
It's been a long time. But that probably, out of all of the chains, if I was to go Pizza Hut, Domino's, Domino's, I guess.
Papa John's?
Yeah, like Papa John. Out of all of those chains, I'd probably go Domino's.
I would too.
Yeah.
You know what?
I think the Cinesticks,
The breadsticks.
the breadsticks,
And I will say,
delivery service.
when I was in college, I was an intern with the health department, so I did a lot of like retail food inspections, and we went to a Domino's, and it was so clean.
Oh wow!
Yeah, because they have
Did not
not
expect
just their like state requirements that they have to meet, but they also have their own corporate requirements that are much stricter than the state requirements, which happens a lot with corporations. But like,
I wonder if they're actually more cleanly than like your local mom and pop shop because of that.
for sure.
Really?
Oh my
Did they
God,
know
I've
you were-
seen some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Did
they know.
They
You
know
have to-
you're coming, though.
They don't know. No, they don't. They're surprises.
Oh, they're like, surprise,
Yeah,
health
you
inspector.
just show up. Yeah.
Oh wow!
So tell us some of the shit that you did see.
I saw at a restaurant in the meat slicer, you open like this like compartment, cockroaches.
Oh,
Where at? No, you don't have to say the name of the place. What town was this in?
It was in Atlantic County.
Okay.
Yeah.
I worked at a restaurant one time, and like where we would keep the bread, open it up, there was cockroaches,
Yep.
like little mini ones.
Mini
that came
ones,
out.
yep.
They had to get the whole place bugged, but I'm like, dude, we had to finish out the
Yeah.
day.
Just like a lot of most places are just really dirty. Like
Yeah.
the counters, the walls, the floors.
Oh, it's like walking into a bad episode of Bar Rescue where
Yeah,
it's just like
that can be what it's like. But then there are other places like diners are surprisingly clean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess they have more time to clean up because they're not open. Well, no, I guess
That and
diners
they're
are-
usually family owned, and I find that like family owned places, like people they care because they're family owned,
right.
and they want to like stay in business.
Yeah, it's their family business. so they're
yeah,
like, hey,
so they are like, and that's how it is a lot with diners. Is they're mostly family owned.
Which is why I would think like with the corporate chains, they would not give a fuck because they're like, whatever, Domino's is fucking paying for this. But I guess if they have such, or
They
maybe
just have
over the
had
time.
yeah, they just have such high standards. But even like we did Pizza Hut too. Pizza Hut wasn't gross. I wouldn't say that it was like absolutely disgusting, but like it was just kind of like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
But like Domino's, like I vividly remember it being like, wow, like this is actually like extremely clean, extremely organized.
They probably have
like,
the budgets to hire a bunch of teenagers, and they got to give them grunt work like that, and maybe mom and pop shops can't do that.
Can't do that, and they get like the little like greasy pricks that work at mom and pop pizza places.
Greasy bricks?
Yeah.
What, you mean like Italians in Washington Township? Holy shit! What type of place was it? Was it just a regular restaurant, a bar and grill? Like,
one of them was a restaurant that I really loved that was in Margate, and I was really disappointed to see how like gross it was.
you were walking out, and you're like, "Why is that Mug-a-Bug truck
Yeah.
here?" And it's like, oh, it all makes sense.
Cody's like, holy
just
shit,
good
that place is gross.
Cody's walking out smoking a cigarette, like, "Fuck, that was
It was
gross."
gross.
Yeah. Eating a slice.
You worked at the Rainforest Cafe on the boardwalk in Atlantic
I
City.
did work at the Rainforest Cafe, a wild place to shop and eat.
You dressed up as the fucking gecko.
Do you have to tell all my secrets?
I do. That's a great one.
You are so fucking
I
annoying.
used to have to dress up as a kangaroo at my first job. So hey, respect.
All right, perfect. But I worked at Rainforest Cafe. I had many jobs. I was an animal care specialist. So they have all the fish tanks and stuff.
Sure.
And they have certified scuba divers that come in and clean them. I was one of them.
You see Rachel walking around Rainforest Cafe in a wetsuit.
Dressed like Scuba Steve.
Yeah. And we would clean the fish tanks and take care of all the fish and make the salt water and
so
all that
you'd
stuff.
go in there and no way.
Didn't you ever tell them hey, I'm just working at a restaurant. I don't really want to get in a fish tank.
That was my job. That's why I went there for that job.
For the fish tank cleaning?
Yeah.
You can do that here. You don't fucking touch them.
That's your job. That's your thing.
It's your fish, bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you did that. You did dress as the gecko.
I did dress as the frog sometimes, and then I also was the photographer. So you would take turns. One person would
They
be
really
the frog.
lucked out hiring
Oh
you.
my god! Oh,
This girl
I'm not
can
done.
scuba dive.
Yeah,
She can dress as
she
gecko.
scuba dives.
She does
She does the
photography.
frog. She is the photographer, and then I worked as the cashier for the restaurant.
Nice.
So I cashed out all the servers and bartenders and stuff at the end of the night.
Damn.
Yeah, so I had three jobs there.
Pretty busy.
Is
Yeah.
there a dedicated bar area in the Rainforest Cafe, or is it just
No, there's a bar area.
who goes to the bar at the Rainforest Cafe?
Lots of people. It was
Really?
always so busy.
I've only been in there once.
Their
so
food and drinks were really good.
Is it still there? They closed.
No, they're closed. It was in Trump Plaza.
Okay.
Oh, it was right. Oh, yeah. I know vaguely where it was.
And it was great because
Interesting.
I always had free parking for Atlantic City.
There
And
you go.
we were seniors and juniors in college.
Yeah.
At Old Stockton
At
University.
ye old Stockton University.
Damn.
Yep.
Dick Stockton.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck.
Just partying as a gecko.
Yep.
Yeah, partying as a gecko. You're walking around. You want to save 15% on your rainforest bill? Here you fucking go, asshole.
That's so funny.
Clean that fish tank over there. Yeah, so now that we've been through your entire work history, I do have one more article here, and then we can put a ribbon on this thing. This was actually one that came up when I was over with those Gray fellas over on their podcast, old Jimbo Slice and Gareth Sharp Jr.
Sure.
This article, it really stuck out to me. Cocaine is no worse than whiskey and would be sold like wine if it was legalized worldwide, Colombia's president says. So Colombia's president, I don't know how it came up, but he said that cocaine is only illegal because it comes from Latin America. He said this on a live broadcast in a government meeting. Colombia is the world's biggest cocaine producer and exporter, mainly to the United States. I like how they talk about that like it's a legal thing, like the exports from Colombia.
The exports.
They had a 6-hour meeting broadcast live for the first time ever, and the president said that cocaine is illegal because it's made in Latin America. It is worse. It is not because it's worse than whiskey. Scientists have analyzed this. Cocaine is no worse than whiskey. It would easily dismantle the drug industry if it were legalized. If you want peace, you have to dismantle the business of drug trafficking, is what he said. So
sounds like something a guy high on cocaine
They would say. Yeah, no, exactly.
he's on this
Actually
broadcast.
not as bad as you think.
Yeah, it's no worse than whiskey.
Yeah, but his eyes are darting all over the place.
Yeah,
He's like, cocaine's
it's
really
it's
fucking
great.
good.
It's
fucking-
good stuff.
Yeah.
Scientists said, man.
Yeah.
Scientists have studied this.
I was probably not wrong considering like how bad alcohol is for you.
Is
like,
for
when
you,
when
yeah.
look at all things considered.
you-
It is
Yeah.
wild, like how wild, like acceptable alcohol is across the board.
Across the board, but
And
like
it kills you
Yeah.
constantly.
Yeah, it's terrible. The things that people do if they're, alcoholics and everything. Between that and gambling, like you can't watch the Super Bowl without being just inundated with gambling, fucking alcohol, fucking this.
Yeah.
Like I could not imagine if I had an addictive personality and it's like I got to avoid that.
yeah. How can you can't even watch the game?
You can't watch
Yeah.
TV.
No,
There's a
you
gambling
can't,
ad.
because
You can't go on social media. But yeah, it would be pretty crazy if cocaine became legal across the board. I mean, I think eventually it's already Pacific Northwest. It's decriminalized. It's going to work its way. Like Seattle, I think in Oregon, it's like legal. Every drug is decriminalized. Like you can have heroin, cocaine, all in Seattle. Not
Sounds like we're
Seattle,
going to
Oregon, not
Seattle.
Washington. Yeah, but it usually starts there.
Seattle's in Washington, not
I know.
Oregon.
I said not Seattle. It's Oregon.
Oh.
It usually starts there. It goes to Colorado. Then it works its way to New Jersey. That's usually how it works. But you saw how quickly marijuana picked up with
Yeah.
that. Shrooms is next. They're going to get there. And then I think eventually maybe something else like that is going to be decriminalized at least.
Oh my God, you're going to be so pleased.
Finally. Yeah, because that's the problem. No one can touch any of that shit without dying of fentanyl, whatever, immediately as soon as you touch it. If they legalize it, at least like dispensaries, you can go there. Not that weed was ever, a problem, but
Weed would be laced with things.
Yeah.
Wet?
Have you ever heard of that wet?
Have you heard of that wet?
That wet? Oh, yeah, it would be laced.
I think you're just like, wet?
Wet?
I learned a lot from my coworkers at the Rainforest Cafe.
I know, I really did.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Rainforest Cafe in Atlantic City. You had to...
Your weed was only wet because you were in a fucking
Because we was in the fish tank.
She comes out, gets a snorkel out of her mouth. You guys want some of this wet?
Smoking out of a snorkel.
It's disgusting.
Yeah, did you turn a snorkel into
Just
a bomb?
Maybe I did, yeah.
Dressed as a gecko.
Yeah, just...
You know what?
Yep.
We got to leave this fucking place.
Cocaine should be legal.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's all I got. How much time we got on there? I'm sure we're well over there. But
hell of an app reach.
Glad to be here.
We're hour 20. So
yeah.
Damn.
Good.
Got any parting words for the program listeners and all the broads that have tuned into this thing because they're just as crazy as you?
Just keep finding those loopholes and keep getting those little treats.
Yeah.
Get yourself some little treats. Do some girl math and girl boss to the sun.
Girl math always works.
That's what they say.
Yep.
It always works out.
It always works
That's what we got
out.
cooking.
I just look at BrendanDonegan.com for my shows. I'll be at Emmaus Theater tomorrow, Friday, Delaware, and Saturday, New Jersey with the Boss Man. Anyways, BrendanDonegan.com.
Valleybrook with the boss man.
Right.
Valley
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Yeah,
Wet.
Valleybrook. I'm doing Valleybrook, I think, the next time that they're there. So got that. Got just country clubs around South Jersey coming up. Old Tom's River in March. And yeah, be doing that. And keep your eyes out for more South Jersey big boy car salesman or whatever industry we stumble upon next. We'll see you.